If you are a single woman watching this, listen carefully. You are not single because something is wrong with you. You are not alone because you are not beautiful enough, not good enough, or not worthy enough. Sometimes a woman is alone because life is forcing her to meet herself before she gives herself to anyone else. And that season is painful because nobody sees the nights you cry quietly. Nobody sees how tired you are from being strong. Nobody sees how many times you wanted love, but still chose peace. But this is the truth. A single woman who struggles alone is not weak. She is very strong and dangerous. And here are 6 psychology of a single woman who is struggling alone. 1. She learns the difference between lonely and alone. At first, being single feels like rejection. You see people in relationships. You see people getting attention. You see people being chosen. And deep down, you ask yourself, what about me? But after some time, you begin to understand something. Being lonely and being alone are not the same thing. Lonely is when you are with people and still feel unseen. Alone is when you are by yourself, but finally feel safe. And once a woman understands this, she stops running into relationships just to escape silence. She stops accepting nonsense because she is afraid of sleeping alone. She stops letting a man treat her anyhow just because she wants to feel wanted. That is when she becomes dangerous, because a woman who is no longer afraid to be alone cannot be controlled by fake love. 2. She builds her real identity. A single woman who struggles alone begins to ask herself real questions. Who am I without a relationship? Who am I without someone calling me beautiful? Who am I when nobody is choosing me? And this is where the pain becomes powerful, because she starts discovering herself. She stops pretending. She stops shrinking. She stops becoming the version of herself that men, friends, and society wanted her to be. She starts becoming the woman she was before disappointment changed her. That is why this season matters, because if you don't know who you are alone, you will lose yourself trying to be loved. 3. Her intuition becomes stronger. When a woman spends time alone, she starts seeing clearly. She knows when someone is lying. She feels when a man is only saying sweet words but has no real intention. She senses when someone is close to her just to use her energy. That is not pride, that is wisdom, because pain teaches a woman what comfort never could. After you have been disappointed, ignored, played with, or taken for granted, your spirit becomes sharper. You stop falling for words. You start watching actions. And this is where you begin to protect yourself. Not because you hate love, but because you are finally learning the difference between love and emotional damage. 4. She develops quiet confidence. A single woman who has struggled alone does not need to shout. She does not need to prove herself. She does not need to beg anyone to notice her value. Her confidence is quiet because it came from survival. She knows what she has carried. She knows what she has survived. She knows how many times she almost gave up, but still stood up the next day. That kind of confidence is different. It is not makeup. It is not attention. It is not likes and comments. It is the deep knowing that even if nobody chooses her, she will not abandon herself again. And that is powerful. 5. Her standards rise naturally. Once a single woman finds peace, she becomes very careful. She stops entertaining men who confuse her. She stops replying to people who only come when they are bored. She stops accepting half effort, half love, and half respect, because she knows the truth now. Being single is painful sometimes, but being with the wrong person is worse. There is a loneliness that comes from being alone. But there is a deeper loneliness that comes from lying beside someone who makes you feel unwanted. And once a woman has felt that kind of pain, her standards change. She would rather wait than be wasted. She would rather be alone than beg to be loved properly. That is not arrogance, that is self-respect. 6. She becomes the woman she once needed. One day, something changes. She stops waiting for someone to save her. She stops waiting for a man to make her feel complete. She stops waiting for people to finally understand her pain, and she becomes the woman she needed all along. The woman who protects herself, the woman who comforts herself, the woman who chooses herself, the woman who can cry at night and still wake up with dignity in the morning. That is the hidden power of a single woman who struggles alone. She is not just waiting for love, she is becoming ready for the kind of love that will not destroy her. So if you are single right now, don't let the world shame you. Don't let loneliness push you into the wrong arms. Don't let pressure make you settle for a person who brings you pain just because you are tired of being alone. Your single season is not a punishment. It is preparation. You are learning yourself. You are rebuilding your standards. You are becoming stronger in places nobody can see. And one day, the same people who thought you were alone because nobody wanted you will realize you were alone because you finally chose peace over nonsense. Keep going. You are not broken. You are becoming.